Welcome, Devil Sniper here, episode number 20, season number 6, our career mode with West Ham United. And straight off the bat, we've got to swap out Andy Carroll. He's got a sprained knee from the game that we played against them, which is quite coincidental. And he's going to be swapped over, and we're going to take a risk. We're going to put a young player in, or as young as possible, hopefully a decent player, because the one problem I found with the English players at this moment in time is there's not a great deal of depth or class, which is really, really frustrating. So today's episode, as you'll probably know, is fractionally shorter. Now, it occurred to me when I was opening up my files to drop them into my editing program and thinking, oh yes, let's get on, let's edit, let's get next week's footage sorted out, or next week's videos edited. I've run out of footage, so I've got to start recording again, which is a little bit of a nightmare. Hence, today's episode is fractionally short, so much so that there's only one game in it. But we do have some friendlies to put in here, which is fantastic. England at home against Egypt. Afobe comes on, he scores a goal, cleverly knocks in two. We go away to Uruguay, and the one player who is not in there, which surprises me the most, is Luis Suarez. I was very, very surprised at Luis Suarez not being in the starting 11 or even on the substitutes. I mean, he's only 31, 32 now, I believe. He went to Barcelona, was it the summer or the middle of last season, the winter of last season? So he's only just gone to Barcelona realistically. So I was a little bit surprised that he's been dropped out of the Uruguay national side, which is fantastic. We're going to have a look at our scouts because we haven't done this for a long time. Hopefully they've produced some fantastic players. We're going to be very, very, very harsh. Anyone who's not over a 90 is pretty much gone. There's no point. We need players of the highest calibre. We've come to expect at West Ham players of the highest and best calibre in the world. As you can see, Diego, wow, he's got high potential. The same as Martin, he's got a fantastic potential of 94. Some real crackerjack players. Pablo as well has got nice potential. We've got some crackerjack players. That is a nice set of Argentinian players. We do like Argentina. We do like to produce some decent players from Argentina. And again, Brazil just knock them out for sheer fun. I mean, you could say we're being extremely critical by knocking out an 88, but when you've got a 90 and a 94, it's just absolutely fantastic. We're going with a change formation. You've probably picked up there's only 3 centre-backs. Yes, we're donning the 3-5-2. I felt the 3-5-2 would be a positive rather than a negative, allow us more attacking options, allow us to push harder against Chelsea, and allow us to take the game to them and hopefully dominate them, because they are a very, very tough team to play against, a very well organised team, a very fit team, and a very physical team, and a team that always seems to do extremely well against us. Looking at the league table, it makes for good reading. That's not bad. I'm happy with that. We are 2 points clear at the top of the division. 17 wins, 4 draws, 3 losses, plus 21 on the goal difference. It's not the greatest in the world, but to be fair, it's not bad when you consider City and Chelsea have plus 31 and plus 30. It's not too bad. We need to tighten up at the back. Hopefully Nastasic coming in will do that. He's been working so well in training that I'm hoping that he can form a partnership with Kolka. The only problem I do have is Kalas is such an unbelievable player. He's so strong, so physically strong. But as you can see from the early doors, it is all Chelsea. Victor Moses picking the ball up on the right hand side, going for the ball in over the top for De Bruyne. But Butland there really has regained his form. He has made a slight error, but you know, I can forgive him. He is such an integral part of West Ham United. Filippo playing well there, going for the fake shot, and unfortunately you cannot get past David Luiz. That hair is just fantastic. He is Sideshow Bob at his best. But De Bruyne plays a lovely ball through into Mandzukic. Look at the strength of the guy. Now it's Kalas with him. And Kalas has immense strength. And he could not do nothing about Mandzukic breaking through. I believe he scored something like 22 goals in all competitions for Chelsea. That's a hell of a return, an absolutely unbelievable return. Lamela breaking on the inside. Gotta say, he's a little bit guilty of holding on to the ball there. He could have distributed it a lot better. I do feel that we are slightly guilty of showboating, and it could cost us this season. We really need to tone it down and start playing positive football instead of negative football. And negative football is not just about skills and showboating, but it doesn't always get the job done. As you can see now, the boys going back to what they know best. Wilshire's coming. He's settled in so well next to Eduardo. He's just playing so fantastically. Simple passing, simple movement, simple play. Filippo Bonaperti trying to break forward, goes for the roulette. Unfortunately, easy for the defender to cut out. Chelsea breaking down that left-hand side. Eden Hazard, a player that we could have targeted. gets the ball into the box. Callas goes across. I think it was Kolka, sorry, and Nastasic go across. Nastasic, I don't believe he touched him. I honestly don't believe he touched him. I feel that Mandzukic went down very easily considering he held off Callas. Hazard steps up. Hazard does appear low. Hazard runs away because he's just scored a freaking goal. Very, very disappointing. Can't really, there's nothing you can really do about it. At the end of the day, the officials felt it was a penalty, and we have to abide by that. As much as we may disagree or may not disagree, we have to abide to their rulings, unfortunately. Butler with a goal kick. The referee blows the half-time whistle. Not good reading for the West Ham fans. Chelsea 1, West Ham United 0. And that is a real scupper at this moment in time. We really want to be pushing on. It's teams like Chelsea we need to be beating. Do apologise, had a bit of a fluster there. It is teams like Chelsea we need to beat. It's teams like Chelsea and Man City. We need to set the standard. If we want to win the Champions Cup and the Premier League, we're going to have to beat these teams. We can't just do it by beating the lower league teams. Great ball in there by Olajuwon. Filippo Bonaparti, not renowned for his headering, going for the header, unfortunately just puts it over. Bassi trying his damnedest, and unfortunately just really cannot do anything. Absolutely disappointing. Chelsea decide to make a substitution late in the game for them. The ball swung over. Great swinging. Look at that header. Fantastic header from Nastasic, and unfortunately the goalkeeper was just too good. Had it covered. The follow-up was cleared with consummate ease for Chelsea. But Chelsea again straight on the attack. Great header there. Ball comes to Eduardo. He unfortunately gives the ball away, and Chelsea miss what could be conceived as an absolute gift of a goal. The referee blew the full-time whistle, and that really does make for heartbreak reading as Chelsea win 1-0. Really, really, really disappointing. But it gives us an opportunity to do a really good in-depth squad report because our boys are absolutely sensational. Look at Butland, 24 years old, 87. Look at his goalkeeping stats. They're just ridiculous. And that's what I'm talking about. Look at Callas' strength, 91 strength. And yet Mandzukic held him off like he was absolutely nobody. That is just phenomenal play from Mandzukic. And looking at the strength on Nastasic, and then you wonder why Mandzukic went down so easily. It's just ridiculous. Eduardo's statistics are just looking so sensational. Unbelievable. Lamela is doing really, really well. Olajuwon, probably one of the players we'll be shortlisting to leave in the summer. Filippo Bonaparti sitting on his 89. 21 goals in 31 matches with 11 assists. Make him absolutely epic. Gabbiadini has come in. I think he's had a fantastic first season. 12 goals he's netted. He's done really well. Destro with 14 goals. I think he's done really well. Paul Pogba is turned out to be one of the most sensational midfielders in the game, in the world, in my opinion. Him and Eduardo, I think sometimes should be outlawed as illegal because it's not fair to the opposition to come up against two absolute brick walls. Bassi's starting to grow, starting to do well. Bruno Martinelli hasn't started to grow, but then again, he's been struggling to really get into the team. Bassi, for me personally, hasn't lived up to his billing. 9 goals in 21 games. I know a lot of those games have been subs, but he hasn't really lived up to his potential. Diame has gone up +1, which is fantastic. He has now hit 30, which is a bit of a concern, but he has been getting regular football, and it's nice to be able to swap so many players around, the likes of Diame, the likes of Pogba. Now we've got Jack Wilshere, which is sensational. We really do have a world-class squad. I just hope after that real bad performance against Chelsea, we could pick our heads up and go forward and deliver you guys a sensational finish to the season. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that episode, and I will catch you later.
So it's more like a